Good morning. We have our first big snowstorm rolling in. It's contradictory whether it's going to be coming in tomorrow or the next day, but it looks like we're going to be getting like 6 inches or more over the storm. So I want to run out to the hardware store today and get some lumber so we can start trimming out our windows. We need to trim out, we have 4 windows downstairs and 5 upstairs. Gina wants to be able to put house plants and different things on the bottom of her windowsill. So we're gonna make this out of the PVC board, and then the rest of it we're gonna do out of pine. So we gotta pick that stuff up today. Hopefully I got it all figured out and we'll get everything we need in the first trip. And while we're at the store, we're gonna have to figure out what we wanna do for casing and baseboard trim. We're not sure what look we wanna go for, so we're gonna be paying attention to that. We're in the works of trying to figure out our siding for the outside of the house. We've been working on that for quite a while, and a lot of the sidings that we want aren't in stock or takes way too long to get. So that's been one of the holdups on the siding outside. We got a little bit of snow overnight, as you can see on the truck. Supposed to be having storms for like the next 3 to 5 days. Today we're supposed to be getting a little bit, but mostly just overcast, so we won't be generating any solar power, unfortunately. All right, hopefully they have everything we need. We don't gotta run to Lowe's. I'd like just to go to one store today. Let's find out. Stairway windows. This would be the downstairs windows. Now we need the bedroom windows. So we need 2 8-footers per window. I was hoping for 12-footers, but they only had 16s. I don't like putting 16s in the back of my truck, but that's what we have to do for today. So the worst part about transporting material this time of the year is everything gets covered with road grime. So I want to wipe it all off and then get it inside. And hopefully it's not too bad.
So what I'm trying to do is do an easy version of sourdough. I want to use my stand mixer, and I've heard from a friend that using a stand mixer is actually more difficult because you don't get the feel in the of your hands and how to know when the dough is ready or not. So maybe I'm setting myself up to fail, but I'm going ahead and trying this recipe. So I use my stand mixer, and then I have to let it sit for 3 hours. In the meantime, fold it up, do some folds and stuff, and then hopefully do its first rise, and then I'll do a second rise, and then I think I might be able to do some cooking with it. So I don't know, I'm trying it out. I have my starter fed so that if this one doesn't work out, I can try again.
Since we're gonna be doing trim work, I bought a new blade for the chop saw and for the table saw because these ones were getting pretty tired, and I want to have nice cuts for all of our trim work. Let's get this one off. I'm losing the feelings in my fingers. There's some no chili.
A little while ago, some viewers sent us this beautiful bread baking pan, cast iron, and also sent some of the parchment paper that goes on. So I'm gonna go ahead and try my sourdough with this.
All right, let's get some of this trim made. If I did my math right, those 3 pieces should be enough to do all of our 7. Oh no, that's not. We still have 2 other windows. So I gotta cut 1 more. Good thing I was trying to redo my math in my head. I caught it. So we'll rip 1 more piece, and then that'll be enough to do all of our windows. And then the rest of this sheet of PVC plywood, I'm gonna use that to trim out the bathroom. I wanna do PVC trim in the bathroom, so that way if we have any water on the floor, especially around the shower, the PVC, we don't got to worry about getting wet. So that's why we got a full sheet of that, so we can do the bathroom trim all on that. And that should be enough to do that. So in the long run, it saves us quite a bit of money buying a full 4x8 sheet of the PVC.
Look at that. I don't know what it tastes like, but it looks beautiful.
So beautiful. Almost as beautiful as you.
Oh, are you so excited?
I am. Looks delicious.
I am like overly surprised at what this looks like. I don't know what it tastes like. I don't know what the inside looks like, but I'm very happy with what the outside looks like. So, Al and Olivia can test it out with their stew, and we'll see.
Good morning. Would you look at that sky? What a beautiful morning it is. Last night kind of got away from us from the sourdough that Gina made, and the stew was amazing. We had to run out and pick up our weekly, just checking out all of the settings and numbers on the outdoor boiler. Everything is looking good. Sorry about that. We had to run out and pick up our weekly raw milk order that we get. That day of the week always seems to get away from us with a lot of running around. I think we're good on wood. It's pretty interesting. The Heatmaster outdoor boiler burns upside down. It's a gasifier, so it doesn't particularly burn the fire in the firebox to create heat. It heats up the wood up there to get the wood gas that's in the wood. And then down below in the bottom, there's another door. That's the reaction chamber. Takes the gases, brings them down below, and then burns the gases. So usually what you see going out of the chimney is just steam. If I open the top door, if I put a fresh load of wood in, you'll see like smoke. But the majority of the time, it's just steam coming out, like the heat of the fire coming, and not smoke. Because if there's smoke, that's all unburnt gases that you can use in your fire. It's pretty interesting, the new technology we have. Good morning, girls. So it looks like the weather is changing and that storm is coming in. We're supposed to be getting more than what they were originally calling for. It's supposed to start sometime either late this afternoon, early evening. So after we get some work done, we gotta go get the plow hooked up to the truck, make sure that works. It should. And then I got the part coming in for the snowblower. Oh, I don't think I ever shared that with you guys. I ended up going on the computer and looking at the service manual I have for the snowblower, and it doesn't give any more diagrams other than the 2 wiring harnesses I have. But one of the pictures, there's a box on the backside of the front of the snowblower, and I noticed I had some screws in that area the other day, but I didn't have any component there, and the screws were backed out. So I was like, So when I saw that on the service manual, it caught my attention, and I found out it's like a module that looks like the 2 harnesses that I have, the 2 ends that I'm like, oh, where do these go? Plug in to that module. So that module is supposed to be getting dropped off, so I can get that installed, and then we can get the snowblower working on the toolcat. So hopefully we'll have all of the equipment up and running for this storm. That would be the goal. Man, look at that beautiful sunrise. It's supposed to be a sunny day today, so we can charge the batteries up with solar, and then after that it's like 5 days of clouds. I don't like seeing that in the forecast. All right, we got the workshop set up for today. It should work out pretty well. I ended up having to put some riser blocks on the sawhorse right here, so that way it's about the same height as the chop saw, so we should get some good cuts. That sun is coming out, and it feels good. So we have 3 different groups of windows we need to do. The downstairs windows are all the same. There's the 2 windows for the bedroom, they're the same size, and then we have the windows looking over the stairway. Those are all the same size. So I'm hoping that once we get one made for each one of the windows, it'll be a lot quicker and easier of a process. It's always fun trying to make sure that all of this lines up nicely and that the measurements are right on. Cuts like butter. Oh, love it. this figured out. I don't want to put a little bit of a back shovel on. I really like that blade. That gives a good, clean cut. I like that. Fits in there nicely, like so. Let's check out the sides. Yeah, that's gonna be nice. Our trim's not going to be this wide, but I'm just trying to make sure that everything lines up the way we want it to. I like it. All right, let's get one of these frames put together. The glue comes out so much nicer.
Oh.
We'll just have to make our spacing shims to go on the side to get that nice and straight, but we can make 3 more almost identical. We got to make sure that the widths are all the same for every window because every window is different. I know this is all dimensional lumber, but they're not all the same width, so I'm just going to make sure that the widths line up. And then we have one window in the powerhouse, and that one's going to be a little bit thicker because we use 3/4 inch shiplap in there, not 1/2 inch. So the diameter of it will all be the same, but the width will be a little bit different in every window. So it'll take a little bit of time, but it's gonna look nice. I think Gina wants to paint this all her classical gray after.
I think so.
To match the walls. And they say if you have your trim the same color as your walls, your eyes are more focused to look outside. Where if you have the trim a different color, it kind of like stops that. I'm going to cut all the parts and pieces we need for the rest of the bottom 3 windows. Then I'll scribe kind of match what we need for a width and do one window at a time at that point once we have all the lengths cut. All right, this wall is definitely a lot thicker. We only got to cut off about 1/8 of an inch before we're cutting off like 3/4 of an inch, so.
And we're making power.
Right, we are. The sun is out. We'll have those batteries charged up in a couple of hours. It's a lot easier now to sand it, their primer, than it is later on when it's all put together. like it.
Placement in there just made everything give a nice pop. It looks so nice and clean. And when we put the outside trim, it's gonna look so good.
You would think since they're all made out, all the walls are made out of 2x6s, they'd all be the same. No, 2x6s are always different dimensions. It's kind of a pain. This side of the window, the 2x6 on this side is wider than this side. And each window is different like that. I had to put it the right way. Don't mind me, Pluto. That's gonna make all the difference. Can't believe how much that already cleans it up. Can't wait to see it all trimmed out. It's gonna look so good.
What do you think, mister?
You girls ready for your afternoon snack? You love this stuff. Ready? I got the parts for the Bobcat. They showed up, so we are over here now to fix the Bobcat, get the snowblower working. I'm hoping that this is the last part we need. We also need to get the plow on the truck, because I'm assuming right now is the calm before the storm, because we are getting a lot of snow tonight and tomorrow. I used to have a Fisher plow, but this Boss plow is so much easier to hook up. I love the V plow. The only downfall about this being on a half-ton pickup truck, it's only 7 feet 6 inches wide. So when you have it in V or even straight, you're not getting past your wheels very much. So that's the only downfall with the small plow. But being a half-ton, I can't put any other plow on here to avoid the warranty. That plow does not, and it works good. I just wish we could go a little wider. Sometime we'll have to upgrade to a 3/4 ton farm truck. That'll probably help out. I guess we should back it out, make sure it works, and then we can go work on the toolcat. Alright, we got the parts we need, and I got some zip ties to keep everything tied up. I'm missing the cover, and then I'm gonna call this like a little module. It says control. I'll show you where it goes and what caught my attention to look further. I noticed these bolts right here being loose, and then I didn't notice it till now. We're missing the bolts here, which we're gonna need. I'll show you in a second. Let me figure out what we're gonna need. There was our Allen's. Yeah, so the cover's actually broken off on that one. You can see it. And then this is the cover. So my guess is, yeah, that'll go right here, line up with those bolts. We have this plug end and this plug end that didn't have a home. So these plugs should fit right into it. Let's try that first. Before I go too crazy, let's plug everything in and see if that does it. Alright, that one goes there. And then this one goes there. Alright. So that is awesome though that it works. While I was letting the toolcat warm up, I tried to loosen up those Allen head bolts. They're not loosening up with the Allen heads I had on hand. I'm gonna go run the house, see if I got something in there. And if not, I'll have to come back with something better or just find a temporary place to mount that for now, because I don't know what size threads those are. So I'll grab some bolts in the house, see if I can figure out what size threads that would be. That would work too. Let's go do that. I was able to get out all the bolts. I had to use my Easy Out and kind of just pound them onto the head because the Allens kept stripping out. All right, the threads are in good shape. I like that. I figured they'd be all nasty, but they're good. I have a bunch of random bolts, but unfortunately they are all metric. So we need to run out and get some small 3/8. Seems like between Lowe's and Home Depot, I'm here at least like 4 or 5 times a week. All right, gotta run inside. We get some more trim boards, and we need to get the bolts to get the snowblower working. Well, that works out. I was able to get everything I needed for trim tomorrow, so that way we can get it home tonight before it starts snowing so it doesn't get wet. And we got all the bolts we're gonna need to get the snowblower working. So this is where we're gonna end the video. Thanks for coming along on our homesteading journey. You guys are a huge blessing to us in our homestead. We'll see you guys right back here in the next video. Bye.